for the book club. It has been, how did Adrienne put it? Magical chaos. It's been magically chaotic. I guess if that's a nice way you want to put it. This past week alone feels like 20 million years. And it's just been a hectic season, and we knew it was going to be hectic. So we planned our readings around that. We just did the author chat with Adrienne Marie Brown for what did I just, I was right here, for Pleasure Activism, which we only read a selection of 7 essays for. Hopefully people will definitely check it out and, join us on the backside of it. This was a really easy, worthwhile read, and I can't encourage this book enough because it's just so timely for the things that we're dealing with, whether you're thinking about being an activist, a protester, whether you want to organize, you want to get involved politically, you want to, better your home and your relationships, you're in school, your job. So many questions that we all have. It's about finding ourselves and centering ourselves in this time and space are definitely brought up in this book, and Bree did a great job on the syllabus, which I have here, and I would definitely encourage y'all to grab it. Funny enough, the syllabus for Queenie, which is our general track read, and I'm sure this will stir a lot of conversation. We know we kind of hit y'all over the head, right? We just finished. We didn't finish. We actually still need to do the discussions for Alice Walker, Temple of My Familiar, but we knew this was kind of a dense read, and we knew, aside from that, that this month was going to be a hectic month and that the election was going to drag out. Me as a person who knew that we were not going to get election results until November 12th, still having anxiety around election results that I knew I wasn't going to get until November 12th. So I can only imagine everyone else who expected to hear something November 3rd and how stressful and hectic, this whole news cycle and this whole period and span and time in life has been. And so we purposefully picked Queenie because this would be a lighthearted, easy read. It's easy to have conversation with. It's easy to create dialogue. It's easy to pick up and get through. And so we really wanted to give everyone a break. Just like when we read Such a Fun Age and we had all that great discussion, we want to provide it again with Queenie. So this is our November general track read. The syllabus was done by Sierra Croker. It is now available for purchase on the book club website. And if you're an insider, as always, it's available for download on the Insider track. Also, this is another great book to pick up on audio version. So if you want to do Audible and you haven't done it yet, you can use my Audible link, audible.com/Julesy, or get the audiobook through your library for the free, or whatever other platforms provide audiobooks. This is definitely up there. And it's just a good read in that little British accent and her bad taste in men. It's definitely a little soap opera. So we really hope you guys enjoy this book and join in on this read. Also, I just want to remind people that everyone is having a hard time reading right now. We are well aware. We know we are not grading anyone. There is no competition. There is no speed at which you should, read these books. We particularly on the complex theory track, which we are going to rename the exploration track. Because we really do want to encourage more people to get in on these reads. We curate them to make them accessible. We curate them to make them easy. This is a thick book. Oh, not this book. This Wolf book. This is a thick book. But all the essays we read in this book were 2 to 3, some were maybe 6 or 7 pages. But this was not a heavy read. It was really easy to get through this. We set it up. We took care of you. When I do my little movie reviews and I talk about how I don't like Antebellum or that Harriet movie or Queen and Slim, I'm always talking about how they don't take care of the audience. And so we've definitely thought about taking care of y'all and not overloading you with these heavy, dense reads. We know, I can put it this way. A lot of the criticisms that I would have of other book clubs or of intellectuals and theorists that exist on social media, what I have been very conscious of is I don't publicly criticize anyone. I take those criticisms and I apply them to how I want to run this book club. So I don't agree with the idea of, just posting a book and telling people to read it and having one discussion a month, right? And so we don't want to overload you. We do want to give you the education. We want to expand the horizons, open you up to this radical political theory, open you up to the Black feminist thought, but not make it overwhelming or heavy or super academic for folks. So every reading we have taken on, we have definitely broken down and timed it out to make it accessible. So I just want to encourage y'all to pick up the syllabi, Pick up the books. Even if you read a chapter, even if you get books and you don't like them and you don't finish them, the fact that you were open to it, the fact that you opened the book and read a little bit of it means a lot. There are plenty of books that I have never finished reading, but I could talk to you about them all day that have still added to my intellect. They have expanded my knowledge and my foresight. And so even if you don't finish the book, we definitely want to encourage you to engage with the live discussions, engage with the author chats, engage with the syllabi. And we put out all these resources, use the SBG book club playlist on Spotify, 15 minutes a day. All you gotta do, 15 minutes. And it doesn't matter how fast or slow you read. It's okay. Coming up on the complex theory track will be Alice Walker, In Search of Our Mother's Gardens. This was supposed to be in companion with Temple of My Familiar. We ourselves have had a little bit of slow down pacing because of everyone has hecticness. Everyone got the chaos happening right now. So we were a little delayed with things, the syllabi being done for these. But we will have a syllabus up for this, and it will also be curated because we're not going to read this whole book. We're not reading whole thick ass books. But there is a selection of essays that will be pulled from this book as for our complex theory track. We only have 2 months left in 2020. We have lived 20,000 million years. It's been how much have you aged this year? How fantastical has this year been for you? How much did this year blow your mind? And I just want to thank everyone who was a part of the book club, any and everyone who read along with us, whether you read one book or the 11 or 15. I don't even know how many books have we done this year. We will be closing out this year with pretty easy, enjoyable, popular reads. So we have one more general track book coming up, and I promise both Queenie and the next book you'll be lovingly frustrated. There will be a lot of dialogue and discussion, and I look forward to getting the authors, hopefully if they have the time because it's the holiday season, to have the time to sit down and have a dialogue with us, because that's the whole point of making this accessible. So spread the word. Let folks know that you are part of the Smart Brown Girl Book Club, SBG. We welcome all genders and all identities, and thank you everyone for participating. If you have suggestions for books, our insider member feature. So if you are an insider, there's a form linked on your insider dashboard and in your newsletter and intro. If you want to suggest books, we've read every book suggested to us by our insider track. So, but if you have any other feedback, other things you want to see, more poetry, articles you would love, topics you would like for us to discuss, we are open ears. We've gotten some grants to produce more work. So we will definitely be rolling out some new things in 2021. And thank y'all for joining. We got one more announcement video to do after these. Then it's vacation time, all right? So I'm excited to read Queenie with all y'all. I'm excited to hear y'all that went back and picked up Pleasure Activism, because I'm telling you, it's worth it. And I'm excited to close out 2020 with my SBG book club. I'm going to holler at y'all later. Deuces.